Hello, it's Nigel again. Today I was thinking I was going to talk about appreciation. You appreciate the things that you have in life, and not only things that you have, but also things that come to you. I mean, don't we appreciate good music? And what does the music do? It gives us good feelings. And feelings of love or feelings of happiness, and it affects us. Or you can look at a nice picture or a view in the nature, and it affects us in a way that we feel connected. And these things we have to think about, of appreciation of everything that we have around us. We take a lot of things for granted. I mean, you take for granted that you're going to wake up the next day because you've already planned what you're going to do with your day. And I was about to say, what happens if you wake up and you're dead? Then you're going to have a really bad day. No, the appreciation of the weather. I mean, when the sun shines, you're happy. Appreciation of comments that people give you, which I got today, which was really nice, because I've been ill for a couple of days, feeling sorry for myself. If you women out there knew how bad us men have when we're ill. I mean, you complain about giving birth to children. It's nothing towards a cold that a man has. That's just, we won't go into those details. It's just that's the way you can feel, and therefore we can appreciate more the women that give us our children. But there are so many things around us in life that we just sort of don't appreciate enough. Like gratitude for everything. I mean, if you're grateful for the things that you have, even though there are lots of things that you want, it gives you a possibility to attract those things that you want just by appreciating things that you have. It sounds a bit stupid, but you're like content with what you've got, and therefore you can have more. If you're not content with what you've got and you don't show appreciation, then you don't deserve anything more. I mean, it's like if you give some sweets to a kid, and they don't give tuppence for whatever you've done for them. They might not like that sweet that you gave them and they throw it away. You don't automatically go and give them more of the same stuff, because they don't want it. They don't show any appreciation for what they've been given. And we're like children, so we have to appreciate what we've got. I just think it's amazing how the nature works, and every day I'm surprised at the small things that can change our way of feeling, our way of thinking of others, our way to think about life. There's a lot of things that affect our body. And it's a set that we have in our mind that changes all that. I mean, I've always been interested in healing. There's so many different aspects of that, because, if you cut yourself, your body fixes it. After a couple of months, you don't even notice that you've cut yourself there. It's gone. It's disappeared. Now, one would think that a wound is harder to fix than a feeling, and yet lots of people just can't seem to be able to fix their feelings. See, sorry. Still got a bit of that cold. That's the part here about the video. You know, I don't clean it up. I don't try to be anything that I'm not. I just want to share my feelings with people on my blog, making it into more of a video blog than a written blog. I do write now and then, and people appreciate what I write, but it really is hard for me to. Well, it's not hard, it's just that I think it's awkward, and so I have to train until I can do it. So, well, I'm into healing things, and I think it's amazing that if the body can fix itself when it's a cut, it should be able to fix itself in anything else. And there's so many things that affect us. I mean, did you know that illnesses are a frequency? There are different frequencies, and that really, if you could find a way to put yourself in a situation where you have the right frequencies all the time, you would always feel perfect. You wouldn't be ill, you wouldn't be depressed, you wouldn't be in lack of anything. Your body would be in absolutely the perfect trim. Now, these are things that scientists have been working on, but you know, us everyday people, we don't even notice that sort of stuff. But back to gratitude. I mean, when the spring comes, it makes you happy. You know, you want to go outside and you know, play around with the children. You want to do good things, and you plan to the summer because you know the summer's coming, and all the nice things that you want to do. But when you're in the middle of the winter and it's grey and dark, because it is quite dark here in Sweden, you know, it's a few hours of sunlight and then it's dark all the time, very early, like sometimes it's pitch black at like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's very easy to get disappointed, even though you know that the summer's coming, you know that time is in. Many of us just need to decide. We need to decide that we're going to make ourselves a better life. We need to decide that even if you don't feel well yourself, find things to make other people feel better. And by doing that, you feel better. And maybe this video is just a lot of mumbo jumbo, and anyway, I'm going to put it out on my blog. It's more for the gratitude. Be thankful for what you have, and be thankful for the day that you have. You might be hit by a bus at the end of the day, and then tomorrow's never going to come. So, with that awkward, deep thought, which we don't want to think about, be grateful for every day that comes. And also, one thing I want to put out is that, I mean, sometimes people have really problems with finance and so on. Hard to pay their bills, or they're deep in debt. And it's a bit of a mindset there as well. Don't let these things pull you down, because by pulling you down, you attract the same that you have by not showing gratitude. And that means that if you're struggling and you don't see every day as though we made it today, you're always going to be in the future of what I don't have, and therefore you're going to call on the things that you don't have. It's a bit deep and a bit awkward, but try and be happy even though all these problems could be around, because they are all mentally disturbing. And like if you owe money to someone, then they're going to keep coming round, or they're sending letters and that's reminding you of how much you owe them, and reminding them all the threats that they can do, and this, that and the other. You just put it aside. One thing that I read about that someone did was that when they got their bills, first they had to get themselves into a good situation, you know, mentally, quite happy, appreciating everything they got around them and so on. And they would open their letters with all the bills, and they write up every bill. Now if it was a $400, they would just put on a 0 at the end, and so forth, through all the things, write them up on a piece of paper, all the ones down the bottom, right down to the bottom, and you know, just adding a 0 on everyone, so the sum was even bigger than what they really had to pay. And so by doing that, they first changed it round to being that they were receiving this money. You know, thank you for the $4,000 that you've offered to me, or given to me, and for that I'm going to pay $400 to this bill. And so they paid their $400 on that bill. And they did that to those bills that they could afford to do. But writing down appreciation for the money that they had received, and was a way to twist your mind and your feelings, that it wasn't, oh no, another bill, but, oh yes, someone's thought of me and given me $4,000, thank you very much, you know, shit, crazy people out there just give me all that money. And so I'm going to give to charity to this firm $400. You know, I just thought that was really hilarious. You know, you need to try and form your mind around the problems that we get on every day, and by doing that, more positive things come into our lives, and it really makes our lives worth living. One thing that really gets me, you know, that I've thought of is, you know, when people don't want to live anymore, you know, people that you hear of that have taken their lives. That really gets me quite deep, because, you know, if only I could have talked to them for a while, if only I could have been there for them, instead of them being on their own in their last minutes, feeling that the world has forgotten about them. There are ways around everything, and everything isn't eternal. So, yeah, it's a bit of a half boring video. I hope my video is going to be better tomorrow. And it's all about gratitude. So, you know, be free to comment, you know, whatever you think about my mumble jumble. And if you want to get a blog of your own, you know, you can click the link down below and get it started with your own blog. That, you know, having a blog can give you lots of things that you haven't imagined if you've not been in the internet world at all, because, you know, you can you can get paid for different things, and it gives you extra income, and it just makes your life happy. And not only that, your blog's out there even when you're asleep, and if people click on links that are on your blog, or they, you know, join up with something, or buy a program, or even download some free stuff, you know, they're going to come back to you, and that's traffic, and traffic's worth money. And even if you're a housewife out there that's not really planning on going back to work, or if you just don't have any work or something, blogging about your everyday thing, there's someone that thinks the same as you. There's someone out there that is interested in what you have to say, even though it's mumbo jumbo like my video. There are people that are attracted to read this or listen to it. So keep fighting, we'll win in the end. And keep your vision board, you know, copy or download pictures that you like, print them, put them up on the wall, look at them, think about them, have them as your goals. Doesn't matter what it is, anything you like, anything you want, just do it. It's stupid, but then we're all stupid, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'll do something like that in the video tomorrow, your vision board and a bit of the attraction of the law of attraction thing. And maybe something will inspire you tomorrow. So take care, have a nice day, and thanks. Bye bye.